I built a fully functional beat-making studio for under $300, and one cheap piece of gear surprised me most. Most producers assume you need thousands of dollars of equipment before your beats can sound professional and polished. But the truth is, a bloated, overpriced setup will actually hold you back more than a tight budget ever could. I spent weeks testing every affordable option I could find, and the results genuinely changed how I think about gear. So before you drop rent money on equipment, let me show you exactly what actually matters. The gap between a $200 setup and a $2,000 one is smaller than the industry wants you to believe. What actually separates amateur-sounding beats from professional ones isn't the price tag on your gear, it's whether you chose the right tools for the job. One item in my budget kit kept outperforming everything else, and when you hear what it is, you'll want to rethink every purchase you've been planning. Two purchases decide whether your beats sound like a bedroom experiment or a finished record. The first is your DAW, the software where every idea gets built, arranged, and mixed down into something real. If your budget is genuinely tight, GarageBand is free on every Mac and it punches well above its price tag. For Windows users, LMMS costs nothing and handles drum programming, sampling, and basic mixing without asking for a single dollar. If you can stretch to $30, FL Studio's trial version unlocks into a lifetime license, and that deal is almost unfair to the competition. The second purchase is an audio interface, and this is where beginners most often skip a step they'll regret. A Focusrite Scarlett Solo runs around $50 used, and it converts your ideas from digital noise into a clean, grounded signal. Without it, every recording you make carries the hiss of your laptop's built-in card underneath the beat. You've got the software, you've got the signal chain, but can you actually trust what you're hearing? Your mix can only be as good as what you're actually hearing when you make it. Most people grab whatever headphones are nearby. Gaming headsets, earbuds, Beats by Dre, and those will lie to you every single time. Consumer headphones are engineered to sound exciting, which means boosted bass and hyped highs that flatter music instead of revealing it. A flat response studio headphone does the opposite. It shows you exactly what's in your mix, the ugly parts included. The Sony MDR7506 has been a studio standard for decades, and it costs around $50 used, sometimes less. So why do engineers with $10,000 setups still reach for them on the road? Because flat response doesn't get cheaper than that without a real fight, and the 7506 wins that fight. If you want monitors instead of headphones, the Yamaha HS5 is the honest choice, but the Mackie CR3X gets you surprisingly close at a third of the price. The point isn't which one you pick, it's that you stop mixing blind and start trusting what you hear. Once your ears have an honest signal, the only thing standing between you and a finished beat is the controller in your hands. Clicking a mouse to build beats is like painting a mural with a toothpick. Technically possible, but you're fighting the tool the entire time. A MIDI controller puts the music under your fingers, and that physical connection changes how fast ideas move from your head into the track. For under $40, the Akai MPK Mini gives you pads, keys, and knobs in a package small enough to fit in a backpack. If you want something with more expressive pads and a bit more room to play, the Arturia Minilab Mark III sits right around $50 and feels genuinely premium for the price. Now think about everything you actually need. A capable DAW, a clean audio interface, honest headphones, and one solid controller. That's your complete studio, built for roughly $300. You don't need to spend more to sound professional. You just need to spend smart.